I'm J.R. Church. Welcome to today's analysis of the news. Don't you just love it when archaeologists find something new in Israel? They dig up something of Israel's ancient past. Well, according to this news article from Arut Shiva, Second Temple pilgrimage route has been uncovered. From Israel National News, archaeologists have uncovered a section of a stone-paved street with stairs which connected the Temple Mount with the Pool of Siloam. The section is about 550 yards south of the Temple Mount, nearly 3 football fields down the road, and is believed to be the point at which pilgrims began to ascend by foot to the temple during the Second Temple times. I guess actually it's nearly 6 football fields, 5.5 football fields long. Now, if you recall, there's the Temple Mount on top of the mountain. Going down the southern slope, you come down to the Pool of Siloam near the bottom. Well, somewhere down near the Pool of Siloam, they have uncovered this ancient Israeli street, the stone pavement of which you can see here in this photograph. And we'll get that on the screen so you can see it. And so the existence of this section of the street has been known for over 100 years, ever since it was first uncovered in the years 1894 to 1897 by British archaeologists Frederick Bliss and Archibald Dickey, who were sponsored by the Palestine Exploration Fund. The two covered the street section with dirt when they completed the dig for its protection. Additional sections of the street were uncovered and then covered again by digs by Jones in 1937 and Kathleen Kenyon in 1961 through 1967. The street was Jerusalem's central street, ascending northward from the northwestern corner of the Pool of Siloam. Another part of the street is exposed and runs across the western side of the Temple Mount. Now, this was Jerusalem's main street. Remember, the old city of Jerusalem was that southern slope down Mount Moriah to the Gehenna Valley, with the Kedron Valley on the east, the Tyropoeon Valley on the west. It was that southern slope from the Temple Mount down to the Pool of Siloam. And all of that was conquered by David, and that area was made then into the original Jerusalem. About 14 acres, I think, all told. But this street goes right up through the middle of all of that, coming northward from the Pool of Siloam all the way up to the Temple Mount. So this was Main Street, ancient Israel. You've heard of Main Street, USA? Well, this was Main Street. Wasn't Broadway, not wide enough for that, but it's a absolutely fascinating find. And so it says this section uncovered in the present dig is a narrow strip, 1 to 2 meters, that's 3 to 6 feet wide, along the street's western shoulder. The street is paved in familiar Second Temple style in alternating narrow and wide steps. Another section of the street and a large drainage canal were uncovered nearby about 2 years ago. So, wouldn't you like to go to Israel and see all these new things they've discovered? I haven't been to Israel since, I think, 1987. That's, over 22 years ago. Isn't it amazing how time passes so fast? But hey, one of these days, when Jesus comes and sets up His kingdom, we're going to get to go see all those fascinating things then. Unless you feel like a trip now, I'm not in any shape to make any trips, but there are still tours being made. I think there's some being scheduled for this spring. Here's another article. A year after financial crisis, a new world order emerges. This comes from the Bellingham Herald, and it's a newspaper in Bellingham, Washington. It says, 1 year after the near collapse of the global financial system, this much is clear. The financial world as we knew it is over, and something new is rising from its ashes. Historians will look at September 2008, as a watershed for the U.S. economy. On September 7th, the government seized mortgage titans Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. 8 days later, investment bank Lehman Brothers filed for bankruptcy, sparking a global financial panic that threatened to topple blue-chip financial